Yeah, my previous episode, the part where I was like, oh yeah, let's talk about an episode I didn't like. Probably a good point to cut that one off.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna fade out right before that.
Cool.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with the talk of, like, you know, Izumi or whatever at the end of the first one. I'll figure something out.
Hey, Betsumon sucks.
Yo, Betsumon's an ultimate.
I kind of figured, considering they had to go to Ken of Weissmon to beat him.
Yeah, this is like if this wasn't like taking place at the point it was, this would be a massive problem. Yeah.
I didn't like this episode solely because I think Betsumon's the worst.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, honestly, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for being, like, really creepy and weird and just, like, unsettling. But also, screw Betsumon.
The only part I thought was kind of creepy is that there's a Meikumon who apparently got replaced by a Betsumon, and he's like, "Oh yeah, my identity was taken. I can't prove I exist. Now I'll fade away." And then Gammamon looks away for a second, and Meikumon vanishes.
Yeah. Also, about, like, the lighting of the scene is like, oh yeah, this is, like, crazy. It's, like, also, so dark and, like, depressing.
I can't help but feel like this is supposed to be like a metaphor for Digimon Adventure Try.
So
I don't know how.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's just so weird that it's like maybe I'm just projecting my dislike of Try onto this Meikumon.
It's very weird. This is the choice they went with, considering that this is like that Meikumon does the whole thing, Try, and becomes like a major character, and in the last Kazuna, it's like you are relegated to a background cameo. You literally don't matter anymore. Get out of here. And we never see Meikumon or Mei in any other shots ever again. Like, so, Meikumon got so sidelined that it's like, it literally feels like they just took one look at Try and were like, yeah, let's get this crap out of here. Get out of my sight.
I don't even dislike Meikumon. It's just he's tied to Try.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, Meikumon's like not a bad Digimon. They just pushed it so hard in a series that was so bad.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm just projecting my dislike of Try onto this really depressing scene with this like really depressed Meikumon, who I think died.
Or if Try is blacklisted in a way, maybe. Weirdly enough, in the last set of cards, we were actively getting support for like Try references. Like, we finally got Ordinemon, which is the final boss, and, like, a bunch of Meikumon cards and stuff, and, like, Omnimon Merciful Mode. So it's, like, clearly, you know, I have to imagine there are Try fans out there, and the series is still, like, appealing to them. But they also, like, yeah, there's this weird, like, feeling of, like, oh, let's not, right?
Yeah. They didn't erase Try like the Sonic franchise erased Sonic 06.
Yeah. Like, it's still kind of like, you know, showing up in things and getting like some love, but it's like, you know, like I can feel them trying to like distance themselves, and you see this and it's like, oh wow, maybe they actually really are trying to distance themselves. Like,
yeah, Crisis City was a level in Generations, and it's like, you didn't have to reference that one, guys.
Well, I'm just thinking back, and it's like, remember when Harrismon got his cameo? And he literally just shows up to be like, you know, this nice little helpful boy that's like, oh yeah, you need to get up? Alright, I'll show you the way. Come on, follow me, guys. And you get to Meikumon, and it's this. And it's like, oh, no one wants to remember me. I guess I'll just disappear now. And they literally fade from existence. And it's like, oh.
He freaking disappears like the Digimon at the end of Kizuna.
Jeez.
Because they also just vanish with no pomp or circumstance. They just disappear.
Level and Jins is pretty good though in that music, yeah. Like, I don't know if this is even a hot take. Sonic, like, '06 has some really good, like, music in it for a really crappy story and a really bad game. But the music still is a bop.
Of course, anytime they've got... I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Crush 40. Because there's, like, the butt... That game has, like, a butt rock final battle theme and everything.
Like, Crisis City takes a bunch of violins and somehow makes them sound like fast-paced and rock, and it's awesome. OST is, like, the only redeeming part, really. Yeah. That's the thing, it's like, I like when, like, speedrunners, like, there's some speedrun for 06 I watched, where they're, like, explaining how it works and so on. They're like, oh yeah, like, somehow when you speedrun Sonic 06, like, magically it just sort of becomes good. Because, like, you know, all the cutscenes and story stuff you're skipping anyways. It's like all the weird bugs, like, add to the speedrun because, you know, they let you do a bunch of really crazy exploits to make it go faster. Yeah, it's like all the problems just sort of fade away, except for the loading.
All the problems fade away when you're using them to bypass the levels. Which I guess people could be like, oh, it's like it could argue it as like, oh, you only like Sonic Adventure 2 because you know how to like get around like the bugs or whatever. And it's like, I don't think so.
I'll defend Sonic Adventure 2. 02, like, Adventure 2 just is, like, still a good game.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, a lot of people have shown since love for 06, since it was kind of the last time they tried the adventure style. Oh yeah, that'll happen with anything with enough time and nostalgia.
Yeah, but the last time they did it right was Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Like, I was on a friend's stream, and I talked about this for, like, a little bit, where I was just like, Sonic Heroes is like, I guess I didn't talk about this specifically, but Sonic Heroes doesn't feel like Sonic Adventure 2. It has like a weird, like,
yeah,
everything is, there's no, I don't think there's like momentum behind anything. Like, you start running and you just go. Like, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, like, Heroes is like, honestly, I like Heroes. Heroes does feel kind of cheap, and like, you know, I don't know if that's like, it's like, it feels weirdly like kind of a tie-in game, but I know it's not. But, like, has all these mechanics and stuff that they clearly put effort into, but it's like, something about, like, the way it looks or the way it, like, it feels small, right? It feels like a small production.
Yeah, Lugia would be so mad at me. Trash-talking Heroes.
I can't think Sonic Adventure 2 is alright. I just had to accept only like 35% of that game. Yeah, honestly, that's fair enough. Like,
the Sonic and Shadow levels.
I like the mech levels, I like the Sonic levels, I'm fine with the treasure hunt stages, but they can be a bit of a pain.
I will admit I prefer to play as Sonic or Shadow, but I think that the treasure hunting and the shooting stages are good.
Yeah. But yeah, Epic Mekumon just disappears.
So, long story short of this episode, I'm gonna kind of do what we did last time.
This is gaslighting the episode.
Yeah, Betsumon shows up and replaces Gammamon. Like, it starts with him just replacing Gammamon. And then, like, I guess he's got buddies, and they start replacing, like, next we see Jellymon get replaced. And then it just escalates to the entire school getting replaced.
Like, it's such, like, a weird, creepy idea, because it's like, you know, of course, like, it's goofy, right? Because, you know, they have this goofy, dumb cat face that looks, like, extremely punchable.
Oh, yeah, I want to hit this thing.
But it's also, like, you know, it's made very clear that it's like, you know, Betsumon's talking in a different voice, and they clearly have the weird cat face, and Heroes just looks at them, and he's like, oh yeah, this is Gammamon, right? And Gammamon shows up, and Heroes like, oh, who are you? And it's made, like, very explicit that there's some, like, you know, weird power at play that, like, actively makes you, like, forget about the old Digimon and think that this is just that person, you know? Like, it works around the, like, weirdness of the obvious disguise.
That's the only way it makes sense, is if Betsumon has some kind of weird power.
Yeah. Cause it's like he sees, like, starts replacing people, and, like, you know, students are just walking up and talking to this thing, and it's just like, you know, it's just no big deal. It just works. Like, they don't even second guess it.
Yeah.
Like, Betsumon replaces Kyo and Jellymon, and they're just sort of walking around just, like, being the dorm leader.
Yep. And
Although
the episode...
yeah.
The episode is about Gammamon desperately trying to get Hero to believe that he's the real Gammamon. And Betsumon's just like, no, I'm Gammamon and whatever.
I just realized there's, like, a potential, like, there's a very interesting question that pops up. I don't know if this, like, ruins the episode or not, but it's like, if you're Kyo and you get replaced, then you would know these things are replacing things, right? So at what point during that process, while, like, real Jellymon is telling you they've been replaced, do you stop and think, oh, wait a second, maybe that thing with the cat face isn't Jellymon?
I mean, Gammamon is constantly trying to get Hero to believe him that he's the real Gammamon. He's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, the power that Betsumon has over them is probably just, like, too strong for it to work.
The power that can, like, because I'm thinking it's like, at what point in that situation does it become, like, just so obvious that you, like, you know? I don't know. Yeah.
Apparently, it's when you show that you like a food that the other one doesn't.
Yeah, you have to make the Betsumon act out of character to, like, you know, how your old memories to the thing were.
Yeah.
There's like,
there's a scene where Betsumon makes, like, a wasabi and mustard sandwich, which is the most vile thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah, like, we learned that, like, the Betsumon that replaced Gammamon actively doesn't like chocolate. Because he's like, oh, what's the use of eating sweets if you don't have any spices to go with it? So he hates it. And, you know, Gammamon just runs up in the park, and he's like, no, stop eating my champion, which is, like, chocolate, yeah. And he just starts, like, shoveling chocolate down his mouth, and out eats the, like, Betsumon, because he just gives up, because he hates chocolate. And I think he says, like, I don't like chocolate. And Hero's like, wait a second.
It's not even that. That would be too obvious. He says, I don't want to eat any more chocolate. And Hero's like, wait a minute. Gammamon would never say that.
Yeah. Gammamon loves his chocolate. Just look at him. He keeps it. Oh, wait.
And so it's like, oh, okay. Now that I know you're the real Gammamon, it's time to start shooting these stupid things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this, like, they get ready to start just, like, blasting, and it's like, oh, they're ultimates, you know, and granted, they're probably not that strong, but they are ultimates, so it's, like, actually kind of a problem until they evolve to, like, you know, Kano Weissmon. Yeah, dude was made to be handleable with that sandwich, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, like, a wasabi mustard sandwich is exactly what the stupid Digimon would eat.
Yeah, what kind of a loser would eat pizza on pineapple? I know what I said.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, this thing dresses up as Gatomon, like, as its regular form, and it's like...
I do like the subtle detail that, like, the tail ring is just, like, black. Because it's, like, evil. So it's, like, it's a fake holy ring. It's, like, an unholy ring.
It's like a... Like... It's just a cheap knockoff in every way.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I've noticed, I mean, like, I figured it was going this way for a while, but we've seen Battle Gammamon turn into Canoweismon. We've seen Kaus Gammamon turn into Canoweismon, and now we've seen Wezen Gammamon turn into Canoweismon.
There's only one left.
Yeah. Not that up until now there's ever been a point where it's like it's changed the appearance of Canoweismon or anything, but I don't know. I think they're going somewhere with it.
Man, if next episode we see Gulus Gammamon turn to Canoweismon, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be good.
Preview kind of looked like it was gonna weirdly be a Kyo episode.
I don't even remember the preview. I probably should have like rewatched it. Yeah.
Oh, ghosts, dead people, ghosts calling to you from beyond the grave. Ooh, and there's like a creepy hand that reaches out to him, and then the preview ends.
Okay, so it's nothing.
Yeah. Next episode's probably not going to be important.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Oh
boy.
We got a new ending theme.
Yeah. That's worth mentioning.
What is it? Monster Disco.
Monster Disco. Yeah. It's like, it's fairly random and like doesn't quite fit with the tone, but screw it, I like Monster Disco. Monster Disco's fun.
Better than the ending theme being a freaking love song for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird one. I still don't know, like, what the heck that was even, you know?
I don't know. I like it more as a song, so the Monster Disco, that is.
Yeah. Effing Kyo torture episode, jeez.
I should say that Canoweismon, they evolved a Canoweismon, he flies into the air and does a big attack and just beats all of the Betsubon all at once.
Yeah, he straight up has like a projectile now that just shoots a bunch of like, you know, just like white beams out.
Actually, I might have to go back and look at the scenes where we get Canoweismon, because his appearance didn't change, but maybe his attacks did.
Yeah, now you mention it, because it's like, I don't know if that'd like make a difference. I just assume he has like all of them, but it seems like just straight up Canoweismon just has the capabilities of like all the previous forms. Like, you know, he's got the flying attacks, he has like the melee attacks, he has like, you know, the projectiles. Like, he's just like the best of like all the old forms just together in one thing.
Which for an ultimate makes sense.
Yeah, because of course, right?
That does beg the question: where does the Gulus Gammamon come into play?
I'm just gonna assume that's where the fire is black sometimes. Because I forget if he's like actually done this or not, but I know in like promotional art and stuff, he has his like black flames coming off of his claws.
Seems that Bandai is investing more into the game series and has buffed up the Digimon division for several projects.
Ah, neat.
That's great.
Yeah. I hope they don't, like, flood the market, but I hope that they do release games a bit more often. Because, like, just between, like, Survive and the last release feels like it's been a while.
Yeah. Everybody, what was the last release that came out? Next Order?
Yeah. No, would it be, like, one of the Cyber Sleuth games?
I don't think so.
No?
So I'm pretty sure Next Order came out after
yeah, that's been so long. Holy crap.
But hey, I assume that if you're watching this podcast either right now or later, you have an interest in Digimon stuff. Survive comes out at the end of the month. You should buy it to support Digimon.
We may be playing it or may not based on how quick we can complete things before it comes out.
Next Order was the last. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Jeez.
I'm going to try to stream it and not just stop playing it like I have with every other game on my channel.
Yeah.
And then we'll probably stream it over on Death's channel at some point.
I don't know. I'll probably do it like as soon as I can. The more I look at it, the more it does seem really tempting.
Yeah.
I've like been changing my mind about this a lot, but it's like, no, man, it'd probably be like a good thing to just do.
we won't be playing it right as it's relevant, but if we just keep going with Persona 4, we should finish it soonish.
Yeah. Yeah, should
Like
be soonish enough.
Like, I would say there aren't too many more sessions of Persona 4 left.
Oh yeah, straight up. We're like in the final stretch, yeah.
Yeah.
They were the Vision House favorite Digimon was Lady Devimon, then changed to Beal Starmon. He's treating like big one stepping on me stuff. Seems to like the big one stepping on me stuff. Yeah. I have to imagine the underboob probably helps a lot with the step on me energy. But yeah, I feel like this was like a solid enough episode. Yeah, I liked it. That's the thing, it's like, Ghost Game has a lot of really consistently, like, solid, like, fun, like, creepy episodes that go nowhere. And, like, you know, like, a week or so passes and you just forget about them because they mean nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't like this episode, not only because it doesn't really add anything, but it's just like the Digimon that's featured in this episode is just such a hateable Digimon.
Yeah. Man. Just like, how crazy is it gonna be if we get to the end of the series and this thing is like a major plot point? It's like, oh yeah, we definitely needed to establish this so we know how this works for when we trick, I don't know, Malomyotismon?
I'd be mad if Betsumon's plot relevant.
I just want plot progress. Yeah, me too.
Like I've said before, maybe temper those expectations.
No, I refuse to temper my expectations at all. I'll be disappointed every week.
Alright, well that's on you then. Like, I mean, yeah, like I said, me hating this episode isn't even specifically because of the plot thing. It's Betsumon sucks.
Yeah. How do you feel about sad Gammamon?
Sad Gammamon. No. I don't want to see Gammamon sad. I like Gammamon.
Yeah, sad Gammamon was very, like, sad.
Gammamon is like, I mean, I haven't watched the other series, but like, what is it? Another Agumon, Shoutmon. But what are the protagonists? Like,
I think Mikey's Shoutmon's owner or whatever.
oh no, I mean the protagonist Digimon. It's like it's another Agumon, Shoutmon. Was there anything after that?
After what?
Cross Wars?
Oh, and X-Ross Wars. Crap, I don't even know. I think there's, like, just a bunch of different, like, you know, characters who have, like, different things. There's, like, someone with, like, Nightmon, or, sorry, Dark Nightmon specifically. There's someone with effing, like, I don't know, I think it's, like...
Talking about protagonists. I'm talking about protagonists or Digimon in each series. What I'm getting at is Gammamon is my favorite after of the protagonists, like after Guilmon, like Gammamon's right after him.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Yeah. Searchmon? I couldn't know any less about Appmon, I'm gonna be real.
I think Gummimon's a thing. I don't know where it comes in, but that is a thing. Do we count Harrismon?
But since it was Agumon again, okay. Harrismon is the protagonist of a video game, so no.
Okay, and then yeah, Agumon. I will say, like, was it effing the series with the R Agumon?
Savers.
Or, yeah,
Data
Squad, yeah, slash Savers. I do like the, like, Data Squad, like, variant of Agumon's evolutions more than the original ones, I think. Like,
Yeah, but I'm just talking
yeah.
as like for my purposes, I'm just talking about like the rookie form as like the mascot of that series.
Yeah, like, GeoGreymon's a bit weird, I'm not sure I'm a fan of his proportions or whatever, but, like, Rise Greymon is, like, a clear winner, and I love him, and, like, Shine Greymon's also really good. Shine Greymon is really good. I like that, like, Agumon's final form finally gets to look like an actual dragon and, like, do crazy fire stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, anything else we want to say before we end this off?
Really?
Not really. Alright, yeah, I guess I'll see you guys around.
See you next week.
Blair,
Later.
hopefully Ghost Game is something to actually say next time instead of just gaslighting bad.
Hopefully. Later.
Later.